Joey Logano is in the house. Eating some lunch. I heard you're doing some barbecue. But where are you? Are you at home, at the shop? Where you at?
I am at Clutch Studios here today, getting a little work done and getting a little media stuff done. So I don't know how everyone else has been working at home, but I don't get much done when I'm at home. The kids are running around. I'm trying to help out. If I go to work, I can just get away and get everything done and then go home and shut off and be done with it. So that seems to work the best for me.
Is Clutch Studios, is that like the name of your shop then?
Yeah, it's a studio that we built here, and there's actually Belk is here today actually doing a shoot. So it's been kind of busy here lately after COVID rules are starting to release a little bit. Everyone's starting to come back, so we've been busy.
Yes, it's good. I like busy is good, especially now in the COVID world. But with the COVID world, you guys are only at the racetrack, once a week. So what you been up to outside of the racetrack?
You always find ways to fill your plate up. I tell you, even when we weren't racing, I found ways to be just as busy. And that's just how I work. That's what makes me tick at the end of the day, and having some kind of sense of accomplishment at the end of the day. So been busy with the foundation, obviously, with a lot of great things that we've done this year, keeping that stuff going. Like I said, stuff here at the studio, and obviously preparing for races, and being a dad and being a husband. So doing all that at one time is keeping my hands full.
Yeah, you got and you're a race car driver on top of that. You're right. You got all the jobs that you got to focus on. Now you mentioned the charity and the Joey Logano Foundation. I saw you were doing something just the other day, cooking with Robert Irving. So what'd you make?
Yeah, we made chicken parm because that is my jam. That is chicken
Really?
parmesan is the best food anybody can ever have. I love it. And so I got to meet Robert Irvine through a Coca-Cola shoot last year, and this guy is awesome. Like he is motivated, great entrepreneur, guy that just gets stuff done. And we wanted to do something for our partners, our sponsors on the race car, or personal sponsors or supporters of the foundation. And I wanted to see them all because I hate not seeing people. I love being with people, and I said, how do we do something unique and kind of fun where everyone can be together? So we all cooked chicken parmesan. We sent the kits to their houses, and then Robert Irvine was our celebrity chef, and we cooked food together, and it was a lot of fun.
That's great. No, that's awesome. So wait, chicken parm is your jam. Did you choose the meal then? Like you're like, hey, I don't care.
Yeah.
Everyone's eating chicken parm because I want to eat chicken parm.
Yes. If I'm paying for it, we're going to have chicken parmesan. That's what's going to happen.
Absolutely. No, 100%. What's the key to like a good chicken parm?
Well, I was learning because usually I just eat it. I'm not the guy to make it. I'm not a good cook. Don't get me wrong on any of this. Like that. I like to cook or anything like that. But the sauce is the boss. I know that. The sauce is the most important piece. But it seems like the way he breaded the chicken and it was a lot more to it than I thought. It was pretty challenging. There was food everywhere on the ground. It was a disaster. Our kitchen looked like a war went through it.
That's, you know what? Hey, it's all worth it for the end product. And I'm gonna have to look into some good chicken parm recipes here, living in an apartment now in college. So I might have to follow up on getting some more good recipes from you, Joey. But another thing I wanted to ask about the Joey Logano Foundation. I saw you've been working closely with Lee Bryce, and so how'd you get connected with him, and how's he been able to help you guys out?
Yeah, so we started a $1 million COVID-19 response and recovery fund when this whole pandemic started, because I wanted to help, right? And say, how do we help? What's everyone doing? What is the situation with everybody's lives as the world's shut down, right? So, whether it's, people that were relying on food from school, right? Kids going to school, there's 2 meals a day there, and they lost their job on top of that. How do they put food on the table? There's a real hunger crisis in our country, and so how do we fix that? Kids going back to school through computers. Well, a lot of people don't have internet. And I know it's surprising to a lot of people, but a lot of people don't. So supplying that, obviously PPE stuff to keep people safe. And at the end of it, what we did is I thought it was just as important to say thank you to the frontline people that work for us. And so we chose the medical industry, and we did a concert at Charlotte Motor Speedway, drive-in concert. Everyone was socially distanced, so everyone kind of knew what to do. And they're all in the medical industry, so they knew what was going on. And we had Lee Brice there to sing some songs. And then we had fireworks. We had a movie for the kids on the big screen there in Charlotte. So it ended up being an amazing night. And because I thought it was just as important to say thank you for the people that are there for us in our most vulnerable moments, right? I mean, think about when you go to the hospital, you're never really in a good state of mind.
Right.
Something's wrong most of the time. So to have a way to say thank you, that meant a lot.
Absolutely. No, that's really neat. And especially you kind of mentioned being able to reopen and do some of these drive-in concerts that we weren't necessarily able to do in March. And same thing's going on with the sport right now. Fans are starting to come back into the stands, and we just found out about the 2021 schedule. We're going to have a little bit more reduced weekends, kind of like this year. How do you think the fan atmosphere and fan environment might change for the coming years, especially with the 21 schedule out?
I'm not sure it's going to change much because I don't think we know what the Xfinity and truck schedule is. So it's not like it's going to be a one-day show for most of these places. There's going to be an opportunity to go camping, I'm sure, still, right? To go camping and watch multiple races throughout a weekend. I don't know what that looks like yet. Obviously, that hasn't been announced yet, but it's going to be more that direction, I'm sure. So I feel like, to me, it's going to be great. No one's gonna even know we're missing practice. Nobody really watches practice, to be honest with you. And qualifying, is qualifying. We'll have that at some places, but I think for the majority of it, I'm good with what we're doing, and I think we've all found ways to make this work. The efficiencies that it brings to our sport is great, and we're still able to put a great product on the racetrack to where you guys, fans, and everyone can enjoy the heck out of it and still put on great races.
Next year's schedule, I looked at, and there's a bunch of new elements to it. We have Road America, COTA, Bristol's going to be on dirt, the Indy Road Course. What are you most excited about? And then what are you kind of most nervous about as we head into the 21 season?
Well, I think the road courses are fun.
Yeah.
Definitely going to have to, keep working on our road course programs. I think a few years back, all we ran was Watkins Glen and Sonoma. And then we added the Roval. Now this year we added, the Daytona road course. Now you're thinking of a few more, right? With Road America, COTA. So that's going to be, I think there's 6 or 7 of them now. So we have to build some cars for that. Make sure we're doing that at 100%. So that's fun and exciting. The part I'm most nervous about and not sure about, well, I think everyone's going to say the Bristol dirt race.
Yeah.
You're talking to a guy that races on asphalt. I've ran one race on dirt at Tony Stewart's Eldora Prelude to the Dream race. And I was in a dirt late model, and obviously our cars are not like that at all.
Right.
Our cars are made to go on asphalt. When you look at dirt cars, the left rear tire is up into the seat. They have so much rear steer, and sprint cars obviously are even more different. So our cars are not going to go as fast as a dirt car.
Right.
They're not dirt cars. That being said, even though we're not going fast, we're going to put on a heck of a race. It's going to be entertaining, and it'll be interesting to see how this one goes. I'm a little concerned, if I'm being honest. I'm a little concerned. We'll see how this works.
I think everyone in the field is going to be concerned. Real quick, before I let you go, you mentioned you've only raced one really dirt race. So how do you prepare, especially the high banks of Bristol? How do you prepare ahead of time to make sure that you can be competitive in that race?
I don't know.
Leave it to the shoulder shrug.
I think I need to go find a street stock somewhere and go drive on a dirt track somewhere around here to do that. I think that'd be the closest thing to it, right? If you get a dirt car that's made for it and purpose built, it's not going to be anything like what we're driving. So probably have to find something pretty stock.
Yes. Well, it's going to be one heck of a show, and hopefully you'll be able to find some dirt experience from here until then. And Joey, thank you again for taking the time. I now have to work on my chicken parm recipe, and we'll go from there.
No more ramen noodles for you.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. Thank you, Joey.